The last step to digital storytelling is to create or publish your students' digital stories. There are lots of ways and choices and options that you have. You could have your students use any of these programs to create a print story. Edublogs, I think I think Edublogs has a paid version, but a lot of these are free versions. If you're doing a primarily static photo digital story, you could use Tour Builder, Street View, or StorySphere. You could do audio stories with using ABCia, Voki, Spreaker. If you wanted them to create a web page, Adobe Spark, if you've not tried Adobe Spark or visited Adobe Spark can create videos. It's free, and Adobe Spark could create web pages, and they're beautiful web pages. I've added some examples on in the Google community to show you different examples of some Adobe Spark video and Adobe Spark web pages, storyboards, different things like that. Padlet, hello, here comes Padlet again. You could use Padlet, or you have your students use Padlet to actually do one board that is their story, however they want to present that. There are lots of video choices. Again, Adobe Spark is one of those that you can have your students create and publish their digital story. The biggest thing is to have them create their story for a purpose, not just to do a story for the purpose of that story, but with a purpose of that the story itself has a purpose. There's a reason. If you're going to make a digital story, or if you're going to write just a written story, the purpose of a story is that it gets told. And for it to get told, somebody has to listen to it or see it. It has to have an audience. So think about that in your planning at the front end to see how you want your students to really get out there and be able to present, and not thinking about presenting by saying slide 1 has to be your title slide. Slide 2 has to have 2 images and 3 points about George Washington. That's not a digital story. That is a cookie cutter presentation or project that you're giving your students where all of their products will be the same. One of the crazy things I like to do and suggest to my teachers is give the students their own choice about using these different products. You don't have to be the end-all, be-all, end-all expert of everything. It's nice when you get to learn with your students and they see that learning is constant and that it's never stops. There are some great resources available. Kathy Schrock's Guide to Everything, the Digital Storytelling Center, and Next Vista for Learning by Rushton Hurley has lots of great educational video examples in all kinds of genres for your students. And they also do story or video competitions each year that your students can enter into.